I was thinking maybe we could finish Mishnayos Terumos tonight. Maybe we could try. Let's see.
Did I look up the right thing for you?
Yeah. There's a lot of thing. I meant to text you.
Okay. Right.
Thank you.
It seems like a different.
What?
The other Rebbe's son is Rav Gamliel. That took him over, but it's a different one. That's a grandson.
Yeah.
It seems they all go Hillel, Rav Shimon, Rav Gamliel, Rav Shimon, Rav Yehuda Anasi, Rav Gamliel.
Right. So I wasn't sure on that whole.
And the second one was in charge of Yavna.
The second one.
Yeah, and the last one was Rebbe's son. He took over as Nasi.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's see. Mishnah is recording, yeah? Terumos Perek Yud Aleph, Mishnah Hey. As the Mishnah says, Garine Truma, that means seeds of Truma, Bismachu Makanson, when you are I don't think we did this Mishnah. Yeah, Bismachu Makanson, when he's gathering them from the word Knesses, from to be like a basic Knesses. So normally seeds, garinim, right? So they're not really edible, or people don't eat them. But when somebody bismachu makansan asuras, then they're asur for a Yisrael to eat, because the kohen is clearly plans on doing something with them.
He's collecting them while he's eating them. He collects the seeds while
or if the ones that fall out maybe from the fruits. Like really, they're not food. But if the kohen is giving them chashivas, then it becomes food. But if the kohen throws them out, then mutaris, then they become mutar, because it's not truma. And the same thing with bones of kodshim. When the kohen is gathering the bones because he wants to eat them or do whatever, put it in his chalent, asurim v'mishlichon mutarim. But if he throws them away, then they become mutar. Hamurson mutter. So murson is basically bran, right? That's the junk from the wheat. So that we're saying is mutter right off the bat, because people don't normally eat it. Now I don't know what we would say nowadays, right? But back then nobody ate it, so it doesn't have a din truma. Subin, shell, chadashos, asuras. So subin, which is more, that's fine, how do you call it? Fine bran. All right, so then that's awesome, because that does have a din of food. So if it's from the new ones, then it's mutter. If it's from the old ones, then it is, if it's from the new ones, it's awesome. From the old ones, it's mutter. B'noyig b'truma, k'derech shu noyig b'chulin. And we're noyig with truma the same way we're noyig b'chulin, meaning you're allowed to sift it and then dispose of it. All right, so you can do whatever you want. Hamasales kav kavim l'sa. So if you sift it, one kav or two kavim from a saw, lo yabed es hashar, then you cannot just get rid of the rest. Put it in a hidden place. All right. So meaning you can't. You have to put it away so that it won't become tamei, or that a Yisrael won't eat it. All right. Meaning again, this is talking about once the bran was separated. All right. Yeah.
So you put it in a hidden place, and wait for it to go bad?
I'm not sure. What are you doing there? What are you waiting for? I guess you're waiting until a kohen decides he wants it. It sounds like he's really trying to get it down into a better flour. All right. But so the question is, you leave this flour alone, right? Leave it alone until, meaning, I guess, in case he doesn't get the finer flour, so then maybe he'll, right? Maybe he won't get the fine flour. Excuse me. He won't get the fine flour, and therefore he's going to have then he'll come onto this flour. That's what I'm assuming. Okay. Then the next Mishnah Vav, is Megura Shapina Mimena Chite Truma. So Megura is a room, and storage room. And Shapina Mimena Chite Truma, you took out the wheat, the Truma wheat. You're not mechayev him to go collect each wheat. Meaning, this is a storage room, a warehouse of wheat that's truma. So that there's always, when you're sweeping it out, there's always a few kernels left. So you're mechayev to go get each and every last thing, right? So you don't have to. You sweep it in the regular way, and then you can put the chulin into the warehouse, and you don't have to worry that mixed into the chulin will become truma, and it's batal. So you don't want to be mevatel isur lechatchila. Right? So you don't want. The question is lechatchila, are you allowed to do this? You say, it's going to be batal anyways. Right? So we're saying here that you're allowed to, because you have to be normal about it. A kid asked me last night. He binds svarim. Yeshivas. So now the svarim have kedusha. So when he drills a hole in it, it makes sort of this dirt that comes from the svarim, right? So that really has kedusha. It needs to go into shemus. So he wanted to know how many crumbs he has to do. Right. Right. So I told him, you just sweep it. I hope I'm right, comparing it to this Mishnah. Right? It wasn't in my kavanah. I forgot about this Mishnah. Maybe it was in my head.
Does it make a difference if the svarim have been used or not?
Yeah, these svarim were used. I asked him that. Yeah, but anyway, so that's Mishnah Vav. Mishnah Zayin. If you have a barrel, same din. If you have a barrel of oil that's spilled out, right? So now in the barrel is truma. So you don't have to sit there with the barrel, right, and wiping up every not but a barrel. It's spilled out of the barrel. So now there's truma there. So you got to try and save it. So you don't have to go wipe it up like a meshugana. And just do the same thing as chulin. You wipe it up whichever way you can, and then that's it. All right. Okay, in the same way, if you're pouring from one jug to another jug, right? So, like when you pour your can of soda, you try and get, sometimes you try and get as much as you can out of there. So you're pouring it from one to the other, and 3 drops come out. You can put chulin into it, meaning you don't have to shake out every last drop. You got to be normal. Hirchina, but if you
when you're drinking the wine that has the kedusha shmita or something, Shvius, they try to get every drop, but that's going overboard, right?
What?
In Eretz Yisrael, like when it's something from Shvius, kedusha Shvius, and they're extra careful to get every drop. That's if it's truma you don't have to do it for, then you for sure don't have to do it for that.
No, because there.
Or is that different?
There, it's the same.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So herchino umitza, but if the person tipped the barrel, so that when you want to tip it, so then all the when you're at the bottom of a jug and you tip it so that all the liquid accumulates, so you can get more out of it. Then harezu truma, that is truma. Right? And now we're saying how much? What's the minimum amount of trumas meiser of demai that you have to bring to a kohen? Right? Echad mishmayna l'shminis, 1/8 of an eighth, which is a 64th. If you have less than 1/64th, then you don't have to bring it to the kohen. Right? But of demai. All right, but the Rav says that's only by Tor. I'm sorry, by Tomei, but Tor afilu kolshu, you need to go, you need to do it. But by Vadai, you have to go give every little bit to the kohen. Okay, it's late already, so I guess we'll try and finish the parak tomorrow. Okay, Musar, where are we up to in Musar? I haven't done Musar in a couple of days also. Anybody? Hold on.
Chaf Vav, Chaf Zayin, Nun Vav, Nun Zayin.
Nun, right?
Nun something.
Nun. We were up to Kairach, right? Machlokes. I think we're up to Nun Tes, which is very apropos for tonight's stuff, actually. Yeah. Shari Tshuva, Gimel, Nun Tes. Misha Eina Machzik Machlokes Ala Misyatzim Al Derech Loy Toiv. So somebody who does not make a machlokes against those that, well, it's not exactly tonight's stuff. This is meaning if you don't make a machlokes with people who are standing on the derech that's not good, and people who continue to do averos, you're going to get punished from their averos. Meaning, if you don't do something about it, you're going to get punished from their averos. And you're on a lav shenever b'leisisa lav chet. V'nemar mimei hagiva chatasa yisrael sham amdu loisasigem begiva milchama b'nei av pirusha im sham amdu hador hazeh. Right, if over there this door was standing, lo yasiga isam begiva milchama the levar hara kasher yasiga milchama b'nei hadorahu. Right, they would not have gotten to those people to destroy it as they would have in that war. Right? It's a little hard to understand exactly what he's saying. Sham amdu kamay im sham amdu. There they stand. Right? It's mamish as if they're there. V'chein va'azav es aviv. Then the same thing if he abandoned his father. V'im azav, and if he abandoned. Right? Like the chet of Giva was their chet, meaning even though they didn't do the chet, the people from Giva did it, but as if they did it. But they are still a little better because they gathered on their nevesh to get rid of the bad. Anybody who's really Meister Nevesh with a Rabbanu Shalom, Meister Nevesh of Kedushas Hashem, Shenemar Mila Hashem Elai. Right? Who to Hashem? Vayesu Elav Kol Bnei Levi and all the Bnei Levi. V'nemar Vayar Pinchas V'yikach Remach B'Yada. V'chayva Al Kol Yorei. And it's a chiyuv on anybody who has Yiras Shamayim. You got to go after the people that are doing something wrong. Afki Oyev Tar Lev Lahar Kina. even though we'd rather, meaning we love that you have a pure heart. But lahoyer kina kiyira v'hina yatzar muskana v'mal. But you have to try and become jealous. That's the literal translation. And when you see that people are messing around, that anything that is not from the Gedolim is not a pirza. So it's the Gedolim who they went first, meaning the Gedolim are the ones that have the biggest amount, the most of the Kanois. Right? Those are the ones that are doing, even though you think that they're more, subdued because they like peace, etc., etc. No, they're not. All right. So point is that you have to know when to make machlokes. You have to know when to judge the people who deserve to be judged improperly. Right? I'm saying you have to make sure you judge them properly when they're behaving improperly. Right? So that's for the Musa. Okay. Stop there.